That's the sound of an old man sitting down.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Drinking with Skeletons. Autopsies! On tap today, we've got The Autopsy of Jane Doe from 2016, directed by André Øvredal, and I'm almost 100% sure I'm pronouncing that incorrectly.
The beginning of his name is spelled with the not symbol, like in Ghostbusters, so we're not really sure how to pronounce it.
Yeah, he's a Norwegian director. The reason this movie is on the list is because he directed a movie called Troll Hunter, not to be confused with the DreamWorks Troll Hunters, which is on Netflix. This is a found footage movie about trolls in Norway. It's not in English, it's in Norwegian. It features a ton of like really great special effects and great creature design. And of special note, it was one of the first movies I ever bought on Blu-ray. So I bought a PlayStation 3, strictly for the Blu-ray player at the time when I was living in New York. I bought the PlayStation, then I bought maybe 5 or 6 movies, and this was one of those movies, Troll Hunter. When I heard that he was making his English language debut with The Autopsy of Jane Doe, I was naturally excited. On top of that, the great, indomitable Brian Cox is also in this movie, so I was like, hey, now I have to watch it. Brian Cox has been so much stuff that I really, really love. His role in Trick or Treat is, I think, just... It gets me every time. I love that segment of that movie. And Super Troopers, he's absolutely hilarious.
Oh, hell. Give me the goddamn soap.
I was introduced to him because I had no idea who he was until I heard that there was this character playing the comic book character William Stryker in X-Men 2.
That's right, yes.
That's where I first started looking him up, and then I saw that he was the first one to play Hannibal Lecter. And then shortly thereafter, he was in the second Bourne film.
First Hannibal Lecter in Manhunter.
Manhunter,
yeah,
yes,
that's right. Yeah.
I think it was in the 70s or maybe 80s.
Probably, I feel like it's the 80s.
It's an older film.
Yeah. Reason I haven't watched this movie up until now, because it looks absolutely terrifying. I watched the trailer, and I haven't seen the trailer since I saw it when it came out. So it's just been on my list, kind of languishing there. I haven't watched the trailer again because I'd probably convince myself not to watch the movie if I saw the trailer again. It's absolutely terrifying, which is why it's still on the list. So, Justin, what do you know about this movie?
I watched the trailer today. I'm familiar with the Troll Hunter film. I've seen pieces of it. I haven't seen the whole film. This film, I watched the trailer, and as soon as I finished it, all I could say to myself was, shit, I have to watch this movie. It looks scary. I couldn't even bring myself to show my wife what the movie was that we were going to watch, because honestly, even just the trailer would ruin her life. It's a lot. So yeah.
It looks very stylish. I think this guy's got a great eye, and I hope that
some say he has 2.
I hope that his eye for really dynamic action that he had in Troll Hunter translates here, because this is basically a 2-man, 1 cadaver show. Like, there isn't... It's like almost like
1 cadaver.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. And I can't see a lot of action playing out in this movie, at least from what I remember. It's essentially what the title suggests, so it's very different from his
The title
original.
Suggests it's an hour-and-a-half autopsy. That's not what the trailer made it seem. There's a lot of stuff going on in the trailer. It looks very fast-paced and frankly terrifying, so... I don't know. Let's just get into it.
All right, let's cut this thing open and see what we're dealing with. This is The Autopsy of Jane Doe, directed by André Øvredal.
You've been thinking about that exit line the whole goddamn day.
I'm exhausted.
That was mentally taxing.
I swear, like, the entire movie, every muscle in my back was completely, taut the entire time.
Yeah, I was leaning forward cross-legged the whole time, biting my tongue.
Yeah, I've got, my hands, running through my hair. I'm just, stressed out. It was... these are all compliments.
Yeah. That's one of the better movies I've actually seen in a while. It was just over or just under an hour and 20 minutes.
Okay.
And it was the exact right amount of time that this film had to be. The pacing was incredible. It kept on moving. It was nice and slow build up for the first like half hour, 35 minutes, give or take.
Yeah.
And then that's when all of a sudden things just basically ramped up and hilarity ensued.
I wish, because I'm tired. That movie really sucked all the energy out of me. But in the best way possible, I think.
It was a good sucking.
There was a lot of jump scares. There was the
father's... At the beginning, the jump scares gradually became less and less as throughout the film.
Oh yeah, no, right.
Did you notice that?
That's true.
Yeah, at the beginning, there was a really cheap one right off the bat, which was a camera flashing. I mean, really, with the jump scare? And I was like, how did a camera scare me?
That's right. That's right. And this autopsy is pretty graphic. It is fucking disgusting.
It's awful. It is so graphic.
There is a scene where he cuts her open. She immediately starts bleeding profusely, which cadavers are not supposed to do.
Yeah.
Or bodies are not supposed to do if they've been dead for a little while. There's another scene where he cuts her ribs open.
Yeah.
With like giant, what look like bush shears.
Yeah.
Yeah. And rips out like a piece of rib. And
not piece. It was like a rack. It was like a half rack. You know you're sick when you actually see that and you kind of feel like a set of ribs now. You get a half rack like a pork ribs.
I'm hungry.
I'm sick. I'm a sick man. The thing that got me during the autopsy was the bug out of the nose.
Oh, yeah. Oh. God.
That was not good.
That was pretty good when she started bleeding through the nose. Can we talk about the actress for a second? Because that is a real person. That they have on the table. Most of the shots, I'm assuming that she's real, and I think they probably did like just her head, and then when she's all opened up, like prosthetic, like torso, and but she's phenomenal. Like she doesn't do anything because she's supposed to be dead. But you pointed out that her expressions were changing slightly throughout the film.
Let's clear that up. Yeah. I'm not saying that the facial expressions were changing throughout the film on her own. It was that whenever they'd move her, that's when the facial expression would change. So it's a result of the movement, but you'd see like it was when they decided they were going to try and kill her.
Yeah.
That or stop her, whatever it was they phrased it. That you see her her eyes go from kind of just this like helpless kind of look to like focused, determined, like you guys aren't gonna get me. And she like to be able to hold those faces and express the type of emotion that you could see behind the eyes was really interesting. I've not seen something like that before in a film.
There's a lot of close-ups of her face and her eyes, and it's really unsettling when they have those close-ups of her face. And she's so terrifying, yet she doesn't do anything herself. There's a scene in the movie where the girlfriend comes in and she's like, I want to see what you do for a living. Out of nowhere, like Batman, Brian Cox is like, show her. Look at he is. He's loving it. In the back. And he's... And, they wheel out the bodies, and he's just loving it.
Oh, man.
He is absolutely loving it. He's like, she can take it. No big deal. And he plays a little trick on it. I was like, he was pretty giddy during that scene, I thought.
I think the actor had the middle name of Hard while he was doing that.
Now, I do feel like there's some cheap moments. There's the scene where the girlfriend comes in and...
I don't like this.
Maybe she was a witch in the previous. She's alright. The girlfriend coming back and Brian Cox accidentally killing the girlfriend, thinking that she was one of the other cadavers coming to life. I just thought that was really...
You thought it was cheap?
I kind of thought it was lame.
I thought it was earned.
Like it.
I mean, it basically goes to not only the fact is Jane Doe animating these corpses, she's in their heads. They make a point of the storm coming in, the radio announcer saying, there's a storm coming in, you don't want to be outside. At the end of the movie, when all is said and done, and the son has killed the father, and the father's ghost, I guess, scares the son and he kills himself.
the radio announcer says that this is the 4th straight day of sunny weather we've had.
I didn't notice that.
Get the sunscreen on.
No.
So it means none of it happened. Like none of the rainstorm didn't happen. None of the cadavers came to life. That's how the girlfriend got downstairs, because they could always get out. It was all in their heads. They had some moments where now I'm kind of questioning what happened, like with the cat.
That poor cat. That was the worst part of the film. The autopsy was rough, but just seeing that poor little cat's body.
Oh, why? You know, the cat, they find the cat, and the cat has got blood in the fur, and they're holding it, and Brian Cox is like, oh, poor cat. Breaks the cat's neck, and I'm like, wow, didn't see that coming. I didn't think that he was actually going to just, like, euthanize the cat.
Oh, god damn it, Brian Cox, what's wrong with you?
Proceeds to throw the cat in the incinerator without a single person asking, what the fuck happened to the cat?
Does nobody care about what happened to the cat?
Poor cat.
This cat, what's the cause of death? Disembowelment. All right. Mystery solved. Let's toss him out.
Right. So the performances that Emile Hirsch and Brian Cox put into this film were incredible. It was one of the best father-son dynamics in a film that's in recent memory. Right. They crushed it. You really believe them both.
What did you think about the whole impetus for what was happening? I definitely, like, right near the beginning, I'm like, she's a witch.
Yep.
New England.
She's a witch.
Yeah.
Knew it.
I called that. What I was initially thinking was that she was burned as a witch. Either she was the witch, or the organs of a witch were wrapped up and ceremonies performed on them and put inside another sort of body. But what they hint at, which I liked, because I knew they were going to twist it somehow, like she's not really like a witch, but what they were saying was they were all innocent, and they have this moment where Brian Cox is sort of realizing what's happened. I think this is what I got, was that she was accused of being a witch. They did all of these horrific things to her, and they created malevolence. She was innocent. They created her.
Yeah.
Like in their fear, they created what they thought they were trying to destroy.
I like how, when we are seeing everything happen the way it is at the end, the girlfriend gets killed, the son kills the father.
Yes.
You are immediately led to believe, especially after the son dies, or actually before, you thought that when he was being rescued, you thought it was all over. You thought Jane Doe got what she wanted.
Yes.
The evil's lifted, whatever. You thought the door was going to open, the cop was going to go in there, and it would be, well, you killed all these people.
You killed those people, go to jail.
Right.
Or whatever.
And then, obviously that wasn't what it was. It was kind of bait and switch. He dies, and you still think that when the cops come and examine the place, they're going to accuse him right away. I like that the sheriff was just looking at it, and it wasn't like he was in disbelief, he did not believe it.
And he even says with the body, he's like,
fuck out of here. I don't want it
anywhere
near here.
Yeah, that's right. He does say that.
Yeah.
I also like that shot at the end where I was expecting, like, what am I expecting to see inside the morgue? And the shot goes to the body. I'm like, what's happened to the body? The body's eyes have gone back to being like milky white gray. And I'm like, oh fuck, basically she got what she wanted here, but it's not stopping her. She's not satiated with this piece of revenge. She's going to continue and continue and continue. And in the end, it's like all of that hatred that was poured into her, it's incurable.
Yeah.
And I liked that. I liked that. The fact that we can be so bad to each other that there's no coming back. This was a really lean, mean, scary machine with a little brain, with a little thought put into it.
I'm so scared already. And a little brain taken out of it now.
Yeah, that's right.
No, the director, the movie was very well received on Rotten Tomatoes and by critics around.
Who cares about Rotten Tomatoes?
Shut up.
Who cares?
Stop it.
Who cares?
Stop it.
Get out.
If you don't like cat death.
That's right. That's right. That's probably the scariest moment for you. I thought you were gonna...
Poor fella. Poor fella.
I thought we were gonna have to bust out the Kleenex box for you on that one. Waterworks, but...
I used my sweater.
Yeah. Yeah, I also noticed that as things were heating up in there, you took off your sweater.
I'm sweating.
Yeah.
I couldn't take it. My body is overheating. Might also be the lights. I don't know.
You can take your shirt off if you want.
The reason I mentioned it was because it actually happened.
That was so
Oh
scary.
my god,
That was so scary. Shugo, the movie was really scary.
Anything else you want to say about this?
No, go see this. Well, go see it.
I mean,
see it.
See it. Definitely check it out. I don't even know what we've got next. I think we have something special next, depending on the weather. Let's put it that way.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's definitely weather dependent.
Yeah, that's right.
It's
All right.
January right now in Canada, and we have not seen really a good snowfall.
That's right.
And it's been cold as balls. So we'll see if we actually get some snow, and we'll see if we can get a little something special.
Cheers, guys.
Take care. I like my hard cocks joke.
Brian Hardcocks.
The whole time I was like, oh, there's gotta be something about cock. I didn't want to say cock directly. It's a little on the nose. On the tip. Tip of the nose. Tip of the nose to you. Jesus Christ. I'm funny.
You're not. I'm just drunk.